commissioner's secretary provided a far more appealing view. His smile was at once appraising and charming.
"The commissioner will see you now."
The secretary answered the smile, wishing he'd looked at her like that before rather than sitting in sullen silence. He had a face any female would respond to, a bit narrow, angular, with dark coloring that came from Italian ancestors on his mother's side. The mouth had been hard in repose, but now, curved, it showed both promise and passion. Black hair and gray eyes were an irresistible combination, especially, she thought, when the hair was thick and a bit unruly, and the eyes were smoky and mysterious. He was an interesting prospect, she thought, as she watched Slade unfold his long, rangy frame from the chair. As he followed her to the oak door, he noted that the ring finger of her left hand was bare. Idly, he considered getting her phone number on the way out. The thought slipped to the back of his mind as she ushered him into the commissioner's office. There was a Perillo lithograph on the right wall, a lone cowboy astride a paint pony. The left wall was crowded with framed photos, commendations, diplomas. If Slade found it an odd combination, he gave no sign. The desk, with its back to the window, was dark oak. On it were papers in tidy stacks, a gold pen and pencil set, and a triple picture frame. Seated behind them was Dodson, a dark, tidy little man who had always reminded Slade more of a parish priest than New York's commissioner of police. His eyes were a calm, pale blue, his cheeks healthily ruddy. Thin wisps of white wove through his hair. All in all, Dodson was the picture of avuncular gentleness. But the lines in his face hadn't been etched by good humor. "Sergeant Sladerman." Dodson motioned Slade to a chair with a gesture and a smile. Built like his father, he thought briefly as he watched Slade take his seat. "Did I keep you waiting?" "A bit." Like his father, Dodson thought again, managing not to smile. Except that there'd been talk that the son's real interest lay in writing, not in police work. Tom had always brushed that aside, Dodson remembered. "My boy's a cop, just like his old man. A damn good cop." At the moment, Dodson was banking on it. "How's the family?" he asked casually while keeping those deceptive blue eyes direct. "Fine. Thank you, sir." "Janice is enjoying college?" He offered Slade a cigar. When it was refused, Dodson lit one for himself. Slade waited until the smoke stung the air before answering. Just how, he wondered, did Dodson know his sister was in college? Yes, she likes it. "How's the writing?" He had to call on all his training not to reveal surprise at the question. His eyes remained as clear and steady as his voice. Struggling. No time for small talk, Dodson thought, tapping off cigar ash. The boy's already itching to be gone, but being commissioner gave him an advantage. He took another slow drag of the cigar, watching the smoke curl lazily toward the ceiling. "I read that short story of yours in Mirror," Dodson went on. "It was very good." "Thank you. What the hell's the point?" Slade wondered impatiently. "No luck with the novel?" Briefly, almost imperceptibly, Slade's eyes narrowed. "Not yet." Sitting back, Dodson chewed on his cigar as he studied the man across from him. He had the look of his father, too, he mused. Slade had the same narrow face that was both intelligent and tough. He wondered if the son could smile with the same disarming charm as the father, yet the eyes were like his mother's, dark gray and thoughtful, skilled at keeping emotions hidden. Then there was his record, Dodson mused. He might not be the flashy cop his father had been, but he was thorough and, thank God, less impulsive. After his years on the force, the last 3 in homicide, Slade could be considered seasoned. If an undercover cop wasn't seasoned by 32, he was dead. Slade had a reputation for being cool, perhaps a shade too cool, but his arrests were clean. Dodson didn't need a man who looked for trouble, but one who knew what to do once he found it. "Slade," he allowed